Hello, give me 1 minute. I want others to join us before we kick off, please. Hello, give me 1 minute. I want others to join us before we kick off, please. If you can hear me, just drop me a message on the chat box. Give me 1 minute. I want others to join us before we kick off. If you can hear me, just drop me a message on the chat box. Give me 1 minute. I want others to join us. Message box. So we'll be kicking off very soon. So good afternoon, everybody. Oh, it's evening. Sorry, it's evening. If you're in Lagos or anywhere you are, you know, any part of Africa. I know some people, I think I'm seeing some guys from, outside Nigeria as well that always join us. So it's so you're welcome to today's webinar. Please drop me a message in the chat box. Let me know if you are hearing us, if you're hearing me perfectly. All right. Please drop me a message in the chat box. Let me know if you are hearing us, if you're hearing me perfectly. All right, so I'm having some technical stuff I'm trying to. That's why I'm asking if you can hear me and you can see me. I'm having some technical issues I'm trying to fix real quick before we kick off. I'm having some technical I'm trying to. That's why I'm asking if you can hear me and you can see me. I'm having some technical issues I'm trying to fix real quick before we kick off. So anyway, this today, one of the things that we're going to be doing is to actually look at the market like we normally do every week. I strongly believe that in looking at the market at the end of the week or at the end of the day, when probably the market after market close, it normally helps to as a trader, it helps you to look at to see what you have done wrong. As a trader, it actually helps you to it helps you to improve. Personally, I think I've said this before. Personally, I really started becoming profitable, you know, when I started journaling, I started taking, notes. I think I've showed you guys my journal before. I started taking journal. I like to write. Some people, journal on their system, but personally, I actually like to write. So I can relate with what I'm writing, and what I'm doing. And that has really helped me, so far. That has really, really, really helped me. So, and one of the things you also do is that it helps you to see where you are making mistake. Probably where you're not supposed to, enter a trade, and you are making some errors in entering some trades. All right. So I haven't said that. I want us to look at what is happening, what happened last week, and what we should be expecting, what we should be anticipating this new week. Like I always like to say, when we do this at the beginning of the week, we are not trying to predict the market. We're only trying to anticipate, based, on price action. We are only trying to anticipate what the market is likely to do. All right. And if you have been following me, you will notice that, most of our calls on Sundays like this, because I give calls, most of our calls, at least 70-75%, always always go our way. And as a trader, even if you have 40%, if you are 40% right of the time, that means when you place a trade, you are 40% correct. That means you are good. Averagely, some people even say 30%. So but I haven't said that. I want us to look at the DXY. Last week was a major issue. As a matter of fact, I think I was so addicted to I was actually so addicted to the rate cut by the Fed that it actually affected me psychologically. The week before I was just paranoia about that news, that I really didn't focus properly. Some trades I'm supposed to take, I'm like, oh, is FOMC is coming up. They're going to cut trades. So I just ignored a lot of risk, a lot of trade last week. you know. So, because when I was taking notes, on Friday, I noticed that was what actually affected me. Like I said, that's how you grow. You have to take notes. And in this game, no matter how long you have been in this game, every day you grow, every day you learn new things. So having said that, so if you look at DXY last week, based on FOMC, that rate cut. If you remember when we had this meeting, when we had last week Sunday, I said that Jerome Powell, that's the chairman of Federal Reserve, already already had a press meeting where he announced that they're going to start cutting rates by September 18. And I share that website with you, where they already say they're going to cut rates by September 18. They will cut in November, and they also cut in December. So immediately after that meeting, we saw DXY crash from this spot. I think DXY was around 103 at a point. It was struggling with this support as well. So price, crashed all the way down to this spot. So, and ever since, price has been battling this support. And you remember last week, what I said was, because price that has been priced in, that everybody already know that they are going to cut rate. So there's a lot of sell-off of dollars. People were just, offloading their dollars. And a lot of people were opening on gold. They were trying to, do it with dollars, because they know that, when they start cutting rates, dollar will lose value. So, and we saw that, and that was why on Wednesday, when they finally cut rates, normally back in the days, when they are cutting rates, and probably nobody knows they're going to cut it. No, what normally happens is that you always have a lot of volatility. So I'm not saying there's no volatility, but because that interest rate news has already been priced in the market, and they've already been a lot of dollar sell-off. So we really didn't, other than we bounced off and we break this support and then we'll bounce back. All right. So if you notice last week, I was saying that this support is this area is actually our structural liquidity. If you look at the whole of this move, you notice that this buy move, this bullish move started, from here. So from here to here is actually, for this whole move, from here to here is actually our swing structure. All right. So guys, that reminds me, I'm not using my normal software. I'm having issue with some technical issue. So please, I need to know. I know I can see that there are people have joined us. So, but please drop me a message. I need to drop me a message in the chat box. I'm not seeing no message. All right. So having said that, so from here to here is actually our swing structure. From this point to this point, our swing structure. So price, became bullish for DXY in July 2023 and went all the way. So now this is our swing structure. Normally, according to market structure that we've done so many times here, as price is stalling here, you expect price to bounce back from here, which is what price is actually doing. This is actually normal. Before price will take off, is going to, when you have a lot of when you have a long-term trend, when price has moved for a while, in a particular direction, it's going to stall. It's going to it's going to be dragging before it continues this downtrend. But before this downtrend continue, we should have a pushback, and that's exactly what price is doing here. You see that it's building support here, and it's building a lot of momentum around this area. That's tried to break the support so many times. So this week, I expect price to push out from here to the upside. So, but then don't forget that the trend is down for DXY for now, based on economic reason, based on interest rate cut, and the fact that there's going to be another interest rate cut by November and December. So I expect dollar to keep pushing it out to the downwards. But however, if you look at our immediate swing structure, our immediate swing structure, if you want to be conservative, will be from here to here, actually. From the last high to the new low. From the previous high to the new low, this is the new low. So I expect price to transact above this area. Yes, this 50% retracement. If you look at my 50% retracement for my 50% retracement, this 50% retracement, Fibonacci retracement, you see that it coincides with my counter trend line. All right. So I expect price to actually push back here. And that's why last week I started taking some sales on pounds USD. I think I posted in the group. That trade, I'm seeing the trade, it's negative now, but I'm holding that trade. I'm expecting, pounds to pull back, at least before pounds continue the uptrend. All right. So that is that for pounds, sorry, for DXY. Having said that, if you go to let's check what is happening with pounds USD. I want us to quickly look at pounds USD. EBP USD. If you want me to check any pair, maybe okay, we'll get there, Sha. I'm not still seeing any chat messages. I mean, this is give me a minute. Maybe I'm supposed to. Okay, now I'm seeing. Thank you. I'm using another device because my other device. Okay, you are following. Okay. Thank you, guys. I can see. Oh, thank you. I think I'm the one that my technical. I'm having some tech. Maybe after this meeting, sometimes all this technology thing, this live thing, this streaming thing. So, I mean, this is really encouraging. Thank you for those responses. So for pounds USD, however, if you notice that pounds has really broken out from this range, from this has broken this top. So if you look at what pounds is printing, this is a case of we've give me 1 minute. Let me check. I think the one I have here is the one for this is what I'm looking for. The one for FXCM. All right. So pounds is actually pushing to the upside, based on the fact that interest rate. As much as if you have been following me, as much as I am a technical trader, and like I always say in the group, you will notice that also. I also pay attention to fundamentals. It's very important. You cannot the two work together. So so that you have an idea, and then more often than not, what normally happens is that they confirm each other. Let me use that word. I don't want to say some traders believe you can trade technically without bothering about fundamentals. And some traders are also believe that they are basically fundamental traders. They don't care about technicals. So, but for me, and I'm not saying that they are wrong, because they are making money anyway. The end goal is to make money, right? So, but then for me, I like to be in the know. I like to know what is happening, why why market is behaving the way it's behaving. But either way, if you look at it, when you combine the two, you will notice that the two price action moves in the direction of both. When you combine the two. So, and that was why I was shouting last week. I remember somebody there was one guy that sent me a screenshot, privately last week after FOMC. I said, and then you told us to be careful because of rate cut. He said he just quickly want to take a trade, and then somehow I had forgotten that Wednesday was interest rate cut. And so he got caught up in that data release, and then he took a huge loss. So that's why it's very important to know what is going on. So if you look at what, like I said, DXY is dancing around this support, and I expect it to push to the upside this week before we continue that downtrend. At least dollar should push back significantly, at least probably to this area self, before we start now crashing and taking out this low. So, but having said that, if you look at pounds, you see that as dollar is crashing, pounds is pushing forward. All right, because pounds USD the pair, right? Having said that, pounds has broken this resistance right here. That I think we identified this structure last week. No, this was 2 weeks ago. That way, because if you remember, I've been taking sell. I was posting sell for pounds USD from here. I think I did. I think I had multiple trades from this spot, from this structural liquidity. I rode it all the way to this zone, took over almost 500 pips, because I was entering multiple. Because of the multiple entries I'm taking. It wasn't like this move to here is 500 pips. I think I was in about 7-8 positions. Altogether, I was about more than 500 pips. So immediately I started seeing the support. I was out of that trade. But now, price has taken out this structural liquidity. This one that we identified. If you look at it, that it has taken it out. It's right now it's taking out. It has broken this resistance around this area. All right. So for me, pounds is still bullish, but for the fact that dollars is going to, I expect dollar to push back a little bit. We might see a retracement for pounds. We might see something that looks like this, a pullback probably to this zone before we continue that uptrend. All right, that's for pounds. Now for Euro USD also has stalled a little bit. has stalled a little bit. Let me go look for it. Give me 1 minute. I think, is it FX here? Okay. Now, if you look at Euro USD is still sitting around that structural liquidity. It hasn't taken it out, as you can see. It's still sitting. I mean, we have a sweep of this structural liquidity, and then we crashed to this spot. So we crashed to this spot. You know what, man? I think yes. So we actually crashed to this spot around 1.1, and then we are pushed back. So it's still stalled around this area. So we might see a pullback based on what dollar is going to do as well for Euro USD. So but there are two major pairs I actually want us to see this week that I feel, and then I've been looking at them, and I've been taking trades on them. USD JPY. I spoke about USD JPY last week. Let me go look for it. I spoke about USD JPY last week. So these are the pairs I feel will do very well this week, because they have already, they have signified, they've already told us where they are going. So USD JPY was a pair, last week that I really made a lot of money from there, from this spot, from this structural liquidity. Now, if you look at what USD JPY is doing, you see that this move, this uptrend, USD JPY, this uptrend started from there. We started all the way around July. All right. So July 2023. So this is the old swing structure for USD JPY. And because USD JPY is a bullish instrument, so our move from here should be very significant from this spot. All right. So you see that the old move, everything that USD JPY has done at the beginning of the year 2024, we are back there. Right. So if you look at where my cursor is, you see that it's showing Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. All right. So this move right here, this move from here, this one, not the other one, not this one. This one started last year in July. So this from year to year is our swing structure. If you remember swing structure during basic market structure. So from year to year is our swing structure. Okay. So but then from here, and this started in July 2023. But then from here, this move started, I think this move started January 2nd. So we are moved from year to year. So the old movement for the year for USD JPY is from year to year. So we are back there. We are back to January where the move started from, which is very significant, right? And then you see that this spot is swing structure to this spot. Don't forget, we say swing structure is the last low before the main low, or the last high before the main high. So, and then if you go to the weekly chart for USD JPY, I think I explained this last week as well. You notice that USD JPY is clearly a bullish instrument. Clear. This is very clear. This move, this particular one started since February 2020. If I go back in time, you will notice that we've been bullish since forever. In fact, this low is December 2011. That's about almost 14 years ago. That pounds JPY has been bullish. That means imagine you have bought USD JPY since 2011. That's 14 years ago. That means you just be cruising. From year to year, it should be more than 10,000 pips. This move, So that means, and then what you will notice that each time price pullback, don't forget, I think we did this during price action. I explained this extensively during price action. Like I said, I'm putting this together in a course by January to be. I'm already almost done anyway. So that you guys can have it together in a course, and then you can watch it as many times as you can. So you will notice that what USD JPY has been doing is since that 2011, is to print higher low. It's been printed. So most times you have pullback, major pullback or minor pullback, but eventually price do what? Price will still break out. We take out the previous high, right? Clear. You see that it took out the high in October 2015, print another high in November 2022, came down again to February 2023, went up again, November 2023, came down, print a new high in August 2024, and now we are back here to this low. So this is a very bullish instrument. So on the long run, USDJPY is bullish. All right. So technically, I'm expecting us to have a good run from here, from this spot. And last week, like I said, I was too conscious of the rate cut that I really allow my trades to really run the way I want. So I was just, entering the trades, let it run for 1 or 2 days. And that's not my style. I can enter a trade and leave it 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't care. So, but because of that rate cut, I was too conscious. So, but thank God that is done. So right now, one pair I'm going to really be focusing on this week is USDJPY, because if you look at what we are printed right now on this support, I explained this support last week that I'll be expecting price to bounce from here even before the FOMC decision to cut rate, that announcement. And that's exactly what happened for the week. You can see this big candle, which is actually sitting on a support, which is telling us that this trend is about to start. That's why you see I've put my counter trend line. So like my style of trading, if I'm following me, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So I just want to show you the way I'll be playing this week. All right. I will expect price to pull back, either pull back. I will expect price to either pull back, knock people out and do this. All right. That's one scenario. If I see a pullback to this zone, this is a buy zone, this is a very good buy, I'll jump on the buy and I'll go to sleep. I'll let it run. If I see this pullback at market open, I think market should be opening in the next 1 hour. If I see a good pullback, probably later in the day after market, I'm not saying immediately I'll jump in the trade though, after market open. If I can see a pullback, a really nice pullback, I'll be taking a buy from here. My stop loss will be somewhere below here. All right. So I'll be taking a buy and I'll allow the market to do what the market will do. So that's one scenario. However, the second scenario is this. You see where I have my trend line, my pattern trend line, is to sometimes market will not pull back, when market open. You can see market just jump out of this counter trend line immediately, and then we continue to the upside. However, if I see that, I won't jump in immediately. Immediately after market open, if I see price, push out of here and do this, I'll wait for it to come back, because it will come back. Most times it does, maybe 95% of the time. I'll wait for it to come back to me, to come and form, because now this resistance now becomes a support. This trend line now becomes a support. Then I'll enter a buy from here and follow it to the upside. But either way, I'm bullish on USDJPY. And if you look at what it printed on the weekly time frame, you will notice that this move is just about to start. This particular uptrend is about to start for USDJPY. So if you are holding sell, I think what's the name of this guy in the group? And I'm trying to remember his name. The guy really caught this sell, and he held this trade for almost 6 weeks. He posted in the Telegram channel. If you are there, you'll see it. Crown. I think it's Crown FX. Crown. If you're there, I'll drop a message on the chat box. So, and I think you are still holding some position on USDJPY. If you ask me, I think you should be closing your sales, because we're about to really go up for USDJPY. So now, another stubborn pair that we have been, if you have been consistently attending this weekly review, this stubborn pair, let me go and look for it, is USDCHF. I mean, I've been bouncing around that pair for it's 4 weeks. Yes. That pair, I've been sitting on that support for 4 weeks now. So, and as you can see, I have my counter trend line there too. I took some buy here last week as well. I've been doing a lot of. In fact, you see this buy for USD CHF. If I want to be conservative, this small move that on this small move that you are seeing, I've done over $5,000 on this move. anytime it comes to this support, I'll just buy. Hold it to when it gets there, come out. It comes down. I've been bouncing around this support. Why was I so confident that price will be pushing for me? Number one, this move is the old move for the year. This move that you see from year to year started in January. As you can see where my cursor is. So we have price come back to where we started from in January. And coincidentally, it also coincides with structural liquidity. You can see that this low is the last low before the main low. This one is the last low before the main low. And price has been bouncing off from here, telling you that the number one, the sellers are already tired. Then number two, this moment is building momentum to push to the upside. That's why you see I have my counter trend line here too. All right. That's why you see that. So these two pairs are pairs that this week I have my eyes on, and I'll really be trading them heavy. These two pairs, USDJPY, USD CHF. So I hope that this week, if you look at what we have as well, that price also bounce off from here. We have AMA here for the weekly chart, as you can see. So just the same way I intend to trade the USDJPY. If I see price pull back to this zone again, because this is actually my buy zone. The price come to this buy zone again for USDJPY, for USDCHF, pardon me, I'll be jumping on a buy if I see price come to this zone. However, if price, just like I explained earlier, if price doesn't come here at market open, if price pop and I see a pop out, I'll wait for price to do this so that I can buy at discount. I don't want to go and jump. You don't want to go and jump on a trade too early. And now you now have a lot of drawdown. You want to wait for price to come to you to pull back to this zone, come back to this trend line to form support, and I'll take it back. So this they call it break and retest. And you wait for price to do break and retest, and then you jump on a buy. All right, this is for USD JPY. Sorry, USD CHF. So those are the two pairs. Because if you notice my pattern of trade, I actually love to join the trend when it's about to start. So for USDJPY, although USDCHF is actually a bearish instrument. So what that means I will expect it to continue to the downside, but then I feel this move should move up significantly before that downtrend continue, because by November, the Fed are going to cut another rate, and they are expecting reaction. So I want us to look at gold. Somebody was asking me earlier today that why is gold just gold has gone bunker. And I said it's because of, if you look at what is happening in the world today in the Middle East, there's a lot of wars and rumors of war going on. In fact, Israel and Hezbollah, these people, Lebanon, the way it's going, we might likely have a full-fledged war. That's why you see that gold has been going crazy, because gold responds anytime there's chaos, maybe there's war. A lot of people, will be pulling their money from I'm talking about, countries and big traders and investors. They'll be pulling their money into gold, because gold is a safe haven, and people like to hold gold during when there's rumors of wars and when there are wars, and that's why gold has been pushing back. Ordinarily, if you remember, I was saying that we should pull back from here. But then breakout, if you remember, I was saying that I will not be buying, if I don't see a really good pullback. So I was expecting gold to really pull back, pull back a little before we continue down trend. But then this is what we have. So and I don't see this stopping soon. So please don't try to sell gold now. The worst case scenario, If you want to wait for gold to pull back and then you join that uptrend, you are safe buying gold and trying to pick tops. So just try to pick gold stop. Just take it out of your mind for now. If it comes down very well, and then you see that if, like here now, like what he did there, calm down from support for some couple of days and then broke out. And this is a good place to have bought. Even here, you can see buy here. But right now, the way it is, you want to wait for it to cool off and come down a little bit before you buy. So that's for good. So I don't know if anybody have any, if you want me to look at any pair. Okay, let's quickly look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin as well is Bitcoin also is responding to that rate cut, and I expect it to keep pushing forward as well. We might see little pullback, but for me, I feel the Bitcoin last lap for the bull run has started, because normally what normally happens when they start cutting rates, we've done a particular webinar for those in the paid group. For crypto paid group, we've done a particular webinar where I focus on crypto, and I spoke extensively about how Bitcoin normally, respond to rate cut. And we look at in 2020 when they started cutting rates, 2021, we saw how Bitcoin was responding, how crypto respond. We went back in history, and we saw it on the chart, and we saw that the chart is almost similar. What we have here, this move, everything that we have here is similar to what we have in 2020 when they started cutting rates. And then, aside that they'll be cutting rates, another thing that is going to really help the crypto market and the stock market is the fact that by next year, because the moment they start cutting rates, they will start printing money. It's just common sense. So they'll be printing money because now since people can now borrow money at a lower rate, that means they will need to make the money available. They will need to supply more money to the economy. So I'm actually in the next couple of weeks or months into next year, Bitcoin should be taking out this high based on that fundamentals. All right. So that's that for Bitcoin. So for I don't know if anybody have any. If you want me to look at any pair, I can just drop me a message in the chat. Now I can see the chart. Before I was looking for where all the charts are going. I really couldn't see them. Okay, you can. So basically, I quickly want to talk about. Somebody sent me a message this week, and I quickly want to address it. Quick one. And the guy said, "How do I hold a trade for long?" Because sometimes when I post a trade, you'll be saying, according to him, that was the question he was asking me. He was saying that how do I hold a trade? You'll be saying 150 pips, 160 pips, and I'm still not out of the trade. I'm still holding the trade. That for him, that he doesn't, even as soon as he sees 20 pips, he's out. And then at the end of the day, we now see that the trend will continue. And I said, you have to get to a point. The number one thing for you to hold trade for long is not to over leverage your account. Use proper money management. That's the number one thing. See, there's nothing that this market will do that it will not repeat. So most people always feel that that if they miss this particular move, they will not. That means they will not. That means that move will not happen again. That move has gone. No. Most times, look at what Bitcoin have done. Let's say you wanted to buy from me. I'm just saying. Let's say you say I want to buy from here, and then you say, okay, if I don't buy from here, I will not buy. And then you are unable to buy, and the price went all the way. Price went all the way like this. And then you say, I missed this trend though. You just move. But if you look at it, you will notice that price still came back now. Even though you have missed this one, price still did what? It still came back. It still came back to you. That's why they will say, don't chase the market. Let it. If you have missed a trend, just leave it. Go and look for another pair. Just leave that one and wait for it to come back to you again. Okay, price will always, come back most times. So I would say that number one, don't want to over leverage your account. Let's say you are trading with $1,000. If you are trading with $1,000, why do you want to trade with one lot? You say you want to flip accounts. I don't know. Some people will say, I want to be flipping account like so and so I see on the internet. Most of all those guys, they are not showing you their real account. Just take it from me. So, so you don't want to because when you over leverage your account, you will not be able to sleep. That's when you sit in front of the computer for 24 hours. Sometimes I place a trade, I might not even check it after 48 hours because I'm about other things I'm doing. I just put it and then I'm now see that period is that time you allow the market, you allow price to breathe. You want to allow price to really breathe, to really do what it wants to do. And you cannot force it. You can't force the market because you don't have you are not trading with $100 billion. You are trading with 1,500. So how do you want to force the market? So once you enter a trade, let's say you look at the condition that you want to, you analyze the market and you feel, okay, this thing should move. You place your trade, then you allow. You see, where the problem is for a lot of traders is that period, that move, that period where you enter a trade and then you wait. That waiting is where the issue is. And then you need to keep trying. I'm not saying that, especially if you're just starting, even if you have been trading and you have not been profitable, you have to build that habit to be able to wait. Sometimes just sit in front of the computer, I don't even place a trade, I'm watching. It's called delayed gratification. You notice that you did not die. You will not die if you don't place a trade. So myself, I used to be like that, very impatient. I'm very, very impatient. I used to be very impatient. Yeah, but after a while, I noticed that this market will always be here. It's not running away. So when you place a trade, allow it to breathe. But then before you get to that point, please ensure you have gotten your skill check. You have mastered your craft. And so when you place a trade, you can say, okay, this is where this market is going. This is where it's likely to go. All right. So I just wanted to, because one of the questions that person sent to me, that how was I able to hold trade for long? Number one, I don't over leverage my account. Number two, I allow the market to breathe. When I place a trade, I go about my daily routine. Once in a while I'll check. Okay, what's he doing? I'll check. Except, when you see me in the group I'm talking about, there's going to be a major news like NFP, like CPI, like rate cut. Those three ones, I don't joke with them. And once there's a major news coming out, I'm making sure I'm locking my trades. All right, so that's it. Also, please, if you have not opened an account with Axie, I dropped the link. Maybe I'll drop it again. Try and open an account with Axie. Somebody sent me a message also this week, was asking about to join Axie Select. Must I have $500? I said no. Even with $50, you can credit your account. I'll be trading it small. Grow the account to probably you go to 500. Then you have qualified for the program, the Axie Select program. You'll be trading in. So once you have made your trust call, then they'll credit you $5,000. Just have a long goal, a long mindset about this thing. You know that, okay, you're giving yourself 2 years. So once you get to a point, they'll credit you $1 million and they are sharing 90%. I'm also in the trust call. I'm also trading that account. I think so far, I've placed. You're supposed to play 20 trades. When they fund me, I'll let you know. I'll post in the group chat. But I've already met the first criteria, which is 5%. I've done 5%. The second criteria is the number of trades. I think right now I'm on 5 trades also. I think I'm on 5 trades, and they say it's 20 trades. That's for the first stage. So in the absence of people asking questions because I can't see anybody talking about any pair they want me to check. Maybe we'll just call it a day, and so maybe we'll prepare for the market. Market will soon open in next couple of in less than an hour now. I think it's about in 40 minutes time. All right, guys. Thanks so much for showing up. Like I always say, the first part of this of learning is to show up. To show up. Thank you so much. So I'll be seeing you guys during the week. So have a beautiful trading week. Bye bye.